Well, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me on Political Talk with Charlotte. I am looking forward to sharing with you all the research that I've done. Some of the main things we're going to discuss, which I thought was important. You may not, but if you don't, I respect that. We're going to talk about this controversy between Janet Jackson and Kamala Harris. We're going to also talk about one of the pastors in the Memphis area who has no hesitation, speaks his mind simply because he thinks it is better to please God and to follow God's word versus to follow man's dictate. And that's where we're having a lot of problems. We've got a lot of people in this community in the United States, a lot of pastors who chooses to please themselves and their biggest donors versus pleasing God. So let's get this show on the road. Let's talk about it when we come back. We are back already, and I see we already have somebody joining us. Woohoo! Sorry I wasn't here last week. There were a number of reasons, but one of the big things that stood out in terms of my not doing a show last week is because I'm just so sick of the lies. I'm so sick of the lies from the mainstream media, and what I like to present to you is truth, is facts. So right now we're going through a period whereby the mainstream media gaslights us all the time. And we're supposed to fall for it. And when they do gaslight us, where are we going to go to find the facts? So I chose to just sit last week out because let me tell you what, these lies that the media are providing, they're going to have to stop soon because truth is going to hit them right in the butt. And they're going to be forced to admit that they're lying about the polls. That is what is concerning me. These lying polls that we're seeing, and you will be surprised. You will be surprised what the real polls are actually showing, the polls that are not being covered up. But that being said, let's go ahead and get started with some of the main topics that I want to talk about because I'm not going to be before you very long today. I do want to wish you a really wonderful Thursday. It is beautiful outside. So thanks for joining Political Talk with Charlotte this week, this Thursday at noon. Appreciate you. I couldn't do this show without you. We air our show every Thursday at noon. And some of the ways you can reach out to me is via email. If you have any questions or want to share comments, I get a lot of comments from people, and I appreciate your feedback, your comments. I don't pretend I have all of the answers, but I got a smart audience that is just really on top of everything, and they know. So if you have any questions, email me at Charlotte at BERGMANN'S.com. And remember, my name is the German derivative of Bergman. So that comes with two N's. Bergmann, two N's, for, not the number four, but the FOR for Congress.com. Charlotte at BergmanForCongress.com. Our show airs on Facebook at Elect Bergman. That's the campaign page. Then we have the fan page, which is charlotte.bergman.9. We have 5,000 friends on that page. I can't add not one additional person on that page. That's why I ask people to befriend me, like me on my Elect Bergman page. Then the show airs on Bitchute at Political Talk with Charlotte, on Twitter at Elect Bergman. Elon Musk he's an entrepreneur and he's a businessman. So he's about the business of making money. And it used to be my show would air live on Twitter. Now I have to upload the finished show on Twitter, but that's okay. The message gets out. On rumble.com, we're still having problems with Rumble, but it's rumble.com/user elect Bergman live. On YouTube, we're at Bergman for Congress. Twitch.com, we're at Bergman for Congress. Charlotte Bergman. I'm sorry, Charlotte Bergman. So on either of those platforms, please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel on YouTube and Rumble. Some of my friends are concerned because they cannot comment on my page, my channel on YouTube. That's because I don't have that many subscribers. So you would help me if you send a link from the YouTube channel to your friends. That way, as that channel grows, we'll be able to comment on that channel. Geez, I love you and I appreciate you. You are the reason why I do this. So please comment and share my videos. Also, I wrote a book, The Last Trumpet in the Battle for America. And many of the things that were identified in the book are coming to fruition. I'd say if enough people had read my book before the 2020 election, we wouldn't be suffering going through the problems that we're having now. We've got this administration who I am not comfortable with as a result of them being in the White House. We've got wars starting in the Middle East. We've got war with Russia and Ukraine. We've got Russia actually sending nuclear ships off our coast. We've got, I think it's the Pacific coast. I'd have to look that up. We've got so much going on. And what concerns me with this administration, we've got a liar in chief and we've got a bumbler in chief. And I have to turn the television off most of the time because Kamala Harris thinks you're stupid. And she forgets that the statements that she make in public are videotaped and they are on the network, and the network comments do not die. And she lies, and then people are able to immediately go and see where she's contradicted herself. I don't trust her. If she wins, we can kiss America goodbye. We also, on my Bergman for Congress page, we're selling t-shirts and hats. And guys, early voting is just around the corner. I mean, this is the middle of September. So on October the 16th, people will be able to go into the polls and vote for their favorite candidates. And I'm asking, first of all of my Christian friends, and I got a lot of you guys out there. I got a lot of Christian friends out there. I also have some Second Amendment friends out there. I'm asking you guys, if you love this country, if you love your children, if you love your family, don't sit back and vote. First, day one, don't sit back and don't vote. Day one, pull yourself up from your comfortable recliner or sofa or bed. Get out and vote. Get out and vote on the first day. Why do I say that? Because if you wait until November the 5th to vote, we've seen it happen over and over and over again. We got electricity that may go out at the polls, so the machines won't work. We've got water main breaks in some polls. Anything can happen on the last day. You've got things that typically happen which prevents people from voting. So do yourself a favor, do me a favor. Go vote during early voting and take 10 of your friends with you. We need to make this election too big to rig. So take about 10 people with you. And if they won't go with you the same day, keep texting them and reminding them and ask them, have you voted today? Have you voted today? Remind them that Kamala Harris And Joe Biden wants to send your children to war, to die on on foreign soil. But then who knows? With nuclear weapons being pointed at us, they could die on our soil. We can't afford that. We can't afford 4 more years of Kamala Harris when her first day to work was January the 20th, 2020. So anyway, let's get into what we're going to talk about. So we've got t-shirts, we've got hats you can purchase that will help the campaign. Early voting, get out and vote. I need you to get out and vote. Our first subject that we're going to talk about is Janet Jackson and Kamala Harris. You know, I remember a song she said, nasty, nasty girl. Isn't that a song she sang? And then she said, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Oh, we've got some comments already. Whoa, I'm just running my mouth. Look at here. Lori, not sure how I'm showing up. Lori, I see you. I see you. I see you. Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate you guys. Cindy, I see you too. Lori says, well, the water problems only start doing the counting. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're going to make sure that we have somebody at the polls to watch to make sure they don't make those stupid mistakes. Because, see, this election is extremely powerful. And I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I see you guys have kicked Facebook to the curb. Good for you guys. But then we do have multiple people that are tuning in. So you're not the only one tuning in from Twitch. So, hey, let's get started. Oh, we got more and more people starting. Cool. I just love this. I'll tell you, this has been a really busy day. Oh, Laura, yes. Twitch is good. And I'll tell you what, Cindy is there too. She actually started following me on Twitch. And I like Twitch too. I just don't use it that often. And I think they have a wide reach, far wider than, say, Rumble. So Rumble probably did good to send us to some other platform. And YouTube, we're not ready for you yet. Because my friends like to comment and help me to stay on track. Geez, you guys are great. So anyway, what I want to share with you guys, oh, I got some good stuff today. I really, really do. Let's get started with Janet Jackson. And we're going to get started with one of my favorite. I've got a number.
Everybody's favorite.
I've got a number of favorite judges, but this judge, he makes no bones about what he believes in. He is. Let's just pray for him for his safety, but I think he's doing a good job presenting the truth. So let's hear what he has to say.
And she was everybody's favorite Hindu Indian prosecutor and attorney general and senator, and now she becomes black. But, you know, I met her daddy, fine gentleman, Professor Harris. And the problem with her being black is Professor Harris says he's Caucasian, mixed Irish and Hindu. He doesn't have any black ancestors, but his Irish ancestors owned a lot of slaves in Jamaica and had them to work on plantation.
So wait. Let's back that up. Did he say what I thought he said? Did he really say what I thought he said?
Ancestors owned a lot of slaves in Jamaica and had them to work on plantation. So if mama...
Okay, this lady who wants to represent us as the president of the United States, Joe Biden, mentioned that all of the policies that he worked on, Kamala Harris was right there with him. Yet she wants to put all of that behind her. She wants to say, hey, this is a new day. I couldn't have done anything. This woman is strongly responsible for our high inflation. In other words, for the high cost of products. This woman, when she was the vice president and Joe Biden needed a law passed, she was the tiebreaker 33 times. So everything that we are suffering, everything our children are suffering, everything our friends and families are suffering, she had a hand in it. But then if she is the product of family members who own slaves, she may want to put us back in slavery by taking all of our money away. Let's hear what the judge has to say.
Is on the birth certificate listed as a Caucasian. Daddy says he's a Caucasian Hindu and has no black ancestors. How did she get to be black?
How did she get to be black? Is he the only one saying that? I don't know. But I've done a little research to kind of get an idea of what's going on with my next guest, who is going to talk about the fact that Kamala Harris can't relate to us. And that is Janet Jackson, who I identify as a woman who says, okay, let's talk about this. Janet Jackson recently commented, she was questioning Kamala Harris's ethnicity. And boy, the liberals are pissed. They are totally enraged. But Janet Jackson's issues with the vice president may date back to 2024. You see, there was tension that surfaced from an interview where Harris, at that time a San Francisco deputy city attorney, made remarks about Michael Jackson's child molestation trial. In 2003, the King of Pop was charged with 7 counts of child molestation. Now, at the time, Harris had no involvement in the case, but she weighed in on the trial as a legal expert. According to TMZ, Harris said in her video clip, in general, the child will be able to recall and recollect some detail. The incident, and that is persuasive to a jury, even if it's only testimony that is available. So Kamala was ready to give her support in opposition to Michael Jackson. And even though Michael Jackson denied the allegation, and even though he pleaded not guilty, he was ultimately acquitted of all charges in 2005. But Janet seemingly hadn't forgotten Harris's remarks, which may explain the singer's recent comments about Kamala's race. Janet Jackson said, she's not black. That's what I heard, that she's an Indian. There is nothing wrong with being Indian. There's nothing wrong with being black. There's nothing wrong with being Caucasian. What's wrong is when you pretend to be something that you aren't, when you're fake. That's what's wrong. When you pretend to be fake. Remember when Kamala went and spoke again in front of a black audience? She changed how she communicated with them. Or when she spoke in front of the union workers event. She sounded black, but that's not her normal voice. Be real. That's all we're asking. Be real. So Janet Jackson said she's not black. That's what I heard, that she's Indian. And she also said Harris's father is white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days. I was told that they discovered her father was white and they owned slaves. I mean, her father's family owned slaves. So after Janet's comments went viral, there was an unauthorized apology, which was issued by someone who claimed to work on Janet's work for Janet as a manager. But guess what happened? This guy was fired. According to Janet's representative or wannabe representative, her brother Randy Jackson is her manager. An email statement to Yahoo Entertainment stated, the guy who stated that claimed to be Janet's former business manager was fired by Janet and Randy Jackson after he denounced her about Harris. So Janet said, I don't know if she's black or not. And there was nothing wrong with being black. There's nothing wrong with being Caucasian. There's nothing wrong with being Indian. What's wrong is the pretension. Janet fired this guy who decided to be smug and say, oh, Janet didn't mean it. Janet meant it. And the mere fact that she fired this guy, I just have to send kudos to her. She showed herself to be a person that doesn't back down. And I respect people that don't back down. I do. We have too many people who actually back down. So let's hear what Janet has to say.
Rep shut down an apology issued on her behalf after she mistakenly claims Vice President Kamala Harris is not black. In an interview with The Guardian, a reporter brought up the U.S. election, saying to Janet that Kamala Harris could be the first black female president of the United States, to which Ms. Jackson replied, she's not black, that's what I heard, that she's Indian. Continuing, her father's white, that's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days. I was told that they discovered her father was white. She didn't let the reporter know where she heard this false information, but did say,
notice the media, and this is why I couldn't do my show. The media is gaslighting you. In other words, they're lying to you about everything pertaining to Kamala. Why does Janet's words have to be false? Why? Let's roll that back just a little bit.
heard this false information, but did say about the election, either way it goes, it's going to be mayhem. After that interview, a man named Mo El Masri issued an apology on her behalf, saying her comments on the vice president were based on misinformation. Janet's rep stepped in and told People Mag that El Masri is not Janet's manager, nor is he affiliated with her camp. The rep says Randy Jackson is Janet's manager. El Masri spoke to Variety saying, I no longer work for her. I was fired by Janet and Randy after attempts to improve her image in front of public opinion and her fans.
Oops, he's gone. You don't correct the person that hi Dana. Hi Dana. Good that you join us. Yeah, you don't attempt to correct the person that you work for that pays you in the public eye. You just don't go there, okay? And he's gone. Bye, bye, bye. So anyway, I thought that was very, very interesting. But the main topic that I wanted to discuss with you guys today is, remember how when President Trump was participating in the debate and he said the Haitians were eating cats and ducks in Springfield, Ohio? Remember that? Well, everybody's been saying he's crazy. He's crazy. He's nuts. He can't be president saying something like that. And there have been a lot of people who have done some research, and there have been some people on the left who have denied it. And then there have been some Republicans who were afraid to get in the middle of this. And everybody has a right to do whatever they want. But we have a pastor here in Memphis, Tennessee. Guy Joss. He is bold, he is brave. And I'm going to let you hear what he has to say. But let's go over the numbers from Real Clear Politics for right now. As many of you probably remember, back after the debate, the word on the streets was Kamala won, Kamala won. And President Trump said, I won. And the facts back President Trump. People heard what Kamala had to say, and they recognized she's a liar. Oh, she lies so much. It is painful to watch her lie. She lied like a rug. So anyway, the media wanted to discredit President Trump, and they wanted to focus on what President Trump said about the Haitians eating dogs and cats. So what's been happening is ever since that debate, the mainstream media posters have been posting bogus results. And they get away with this because, first of all, they overpoll Democrats. They don't poll Republicans as much as they should. But more importantly, what they do, which I find very interesting, is today is the 26th. Okay, the earliest a poll could potentially be done. Let's give them that time. Let's say the 25th. But if you look at their numbers, Quinnipiac, the last poll they took, they started a poll on 9/19. It's almost a week ago, wasn't it? And ended it on 9/22. And now they are posting it. So these polls are a snapshot in time. So what happened on 9/22 has no bearing on what's happening today, because right now, President Trump is winning in the swing states. And a presidential election is won based upon the Electoral College. And so what that means is President Trump is targeting battleground states like Arizona, Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia. And even in the Real Clear Politics average, it's showing that Kamala Harris is winning. Even now, that's a lie. President Trump is going to wipe the floor with Kamala Harris. And the media is trying to gaslight you, make you afraid. Do not be afraid. President Trump will win the election. Take that to the bank. I'm here to tell you. So, just wanted to share that with you guys. It's very, very interesting, but that's okay. What I want to do, I'm going to close this show out. I'm going to close it out with what Apostle Alton Williams is saying. And when I heard what he was saying about the Haitians and cats and animals, and the people in Springfield are reporting that they're losing their pets. I tell you, I read on Facebook a friend who had to put his dog to sleep. He was so depressed. I remember when my dog died, I felt like I was going to have a nervous breakdown. I mean, the emotional attachment that you get with your furry friends is strong. That tie is strong. They love you even when you may not love them. And they're pretty much innocent. All they want you to do is feed them and they'll give you love. Well, for these Haitian people to move into the district, move into the city, that is a very interesting situation. And you have to understand why they're doing it. So I chose to show you this video created by Apostle Alton Williams so you can better understand. And he's approaching it from a biblical perspective. And basically what he's saying in a nutshell, if you can't wait and listen to the whole thing, there's a difference in culture. The Haitian culture is totally different from the culture in the United States. And let's see what Apostle Williams has to say. And then we'll end this show. Okay.
Help me, Holy Ghost. And all of a sudden, fire rained down on that sacrifice. And everybody was able to see who the true living God was. All them prophets that prophesied idolatry were all killed because of their idolatry. I'm finna say something right here, right now, womb seed. I want to ask you, how long halt ye between two opinions? If God be God, worship and serve him. But if Baal be God, worship and serve. I hear you right now. I ain't worshiping no Baal. I ain't got no image that I'm bowing down to. Oh, but you may be fooled.
Let's stop this and let me give you a little context of what he's talking about. The children of Israel, even after all that God had done for them, they began to worship Baal. Who was Baal? He wasn't a he or a she. Baal was this statue that was created by man, and his arms were extended, and they would heat his arms up, and the children of Israel would take their babies, their children, lay the children on their hot arms and murder the babies, and the crowds would make such loud noise that's to drown out the cries of the baby as the baby was dying. They sacrificed their babies, and we can now compare that to abortion. Abortion is another means of sacrificing babies. Well, what was happening is God just doesn't play. And when you are a nation and you are killing the innocent, there are repercussions. So this is kind of what Apostle Williams was talking about. He was talking about Baal.
Because the spirit of Baal is still in the earth. Oh, preach somebody, preach. Baal and his spirit is still alive, but he packages himself in a different way where you can't recognize him.
This homemade salt trick makes you rock hard in 15 seconds before going to bed with your wife. It might sound bizarre, but your wife or girlfriend will.
So we'll get through this little commercial that they sneaked in on me. Let's skip that commercial and let's get back to
in a minute. He doesn't come in an image today, but he comes spiritually, and he pushes a particular agenda. I'm going to show you how you can recognize Baal. Any group or any organization that promotes child sacrifice or abortion, that's one of the characteristics of, of Baal. Any group that honors women above their headship, that's radical feminism. Preach somebody, preach. Any group that promotes men dressing like women or women dressing like men, Any group that wants to redefine the role of male and female.
Well, we all know that group. That group is the Democrat Party. And I find it very interesting. People that I love, people that I worship with, people that study the Bible, people that pray, shout, sing. They do it on Sundays. They do it on Wednesdays. And on Tuesdays, they go into the polls and vote against God's will.
Any group that promotes homosexuality, any group that promotes witchcraft is Baal worship. Help me, God. It is nothing but the old Baal worship that is trying to draw people away from God. It is in the earth. How long, church? Halt ye between two opinions. You can't go to church on Sunday and then vote for Baal on Tuesday. God almighty. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. This election is critical. The Bible says you cannot drink from the cup of the Lord and the cup of the devil. Some of you trying to be religious on Sunday, but your thinking has not changed. Your belief system has not changed. You're supporting cultures and things that are contrary to your God. How long? Halt ye between two opinions. I'm going to preach this today. See, some people's Christianity ends on Sunday, but from Monday to Saturday, you love the world and love Baal, and you may not even know it. Proverbs 29:2 says that when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. Lord, should I say this, God?
You're right.
I can't tell you how critical it is. I started not to bring this up, but I'm going to go on. I know they're going to try to crucify me out there. I just got to get ready for the cross. Because the Bible said if you live and preach godly, you will suffer persecution. When I saw the debate the other night, and I heard what President Trump talked about eating cats and dogs.
He's about to get into the heart of the matter, so listen carefully.
Folks, I thought he had gotten senile. But there are things that people don't know and understand that he was strategically trying to put out. The illegal immigration policies that are going on in this nation is getting ready to reshape America like never before. And y'all don't see it because you got a corrupt media that won't tell you the truth. They are bringing millions of people into this country and they are shipping them around to different cities all over the United States. And the media won't tell you nothing. It sounded crazy, but it's true. Yes, it's true. Because people don't understand voodoo culture. Haitians come out of Haiti, which is a strong voodoo culture. And the reason it's going to be a problem, see, they got you thinking race. He just hate them black folk. No, it's about culture. Even the Venezuelan gangs are bringing their culture to our nation, and they are taking over cities right now, and the police can't do nothing with them. So every time anything come up about anything black folk, we always accuse it to be about race. No, it's culture.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197 for car insurance. No, thank you. I got a friend who told me about this website.
Voodoo culture requires sacrifice. In other words, bring me an animal, and that represents you, and I want you to lay it on the altar and give it to me as a sacrifice. But in voodoo, you eat the animals that you bring to the sacrifice. This is what the media ain't gonna tell you. I got a Haitian pastor, because we helped to build a church over in Haiti, and he has enlightened me on different cultures. Yes, they get those animals because they need them for sacrifice. They kill the animals, and then they are taught that if you eat the animal, you will get more power inside of you. And so they eat the animals, and demons are the ones that come on the inside.
All right. There you go. There you go. You got to decide whether you're going to believe God's word, understand the Haitian culture, or play the race card and say they're innocent just because they're black. I don't think many of the Haitians understand that this is wrong, that there is a love for their people, have a love for their animals. And it is wrong to eat cats and dogs and things like that in American culture, but not in voodoo, not in Haitian culture. So anyway, just want to present this to you. You decide what you want to believe. There is a woman who is a liberal, came out and said, well, the Haitians, the problem is not with the cats and the ducks and the dogs. The real problem in Springfield is the fact that Haitians are being hired and paid a slave wage. That's possible, but also the other thing is occurring. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. Remember that Kamala is lying to you, and she thinks you're stupid and thinks you are not going to know the difference. But keep in mind, well, anybody who is a Christian, when they support Kamala Harris, they support tax-funded gender surgeries in prison. They support that. They support gender surgery with young people. I think it's funny that Biden, who is being is being basically taken over by Kamala. I don't think he's happy with that, but he does not hesitate to let it be known that Kamala was there by his side. So his Biden nomics is also Kamala's nomics. And Biden actually took President Trump's hat. Not only did he put the hat on his head, he took it with him back to the White House. What do you think about that? Remember, Kamala Harris wants you to vote for her. And she wants to walk away from the Bidenomics. But remember, she cast the tie vote 33 times for the policies and the laws that were passed and coming out of Congress, which affects us. Increasing electricity 25%, car insurance 33%, used cars 35%, groceries 25%. Right now, you need an additional $11,343 just to maintain the same living standard that you had in 2020. So vote accordingly in November the 5th. And don't wake up on November the 6th and say, oh, I wished I had voted differently. You're going to be stuck with whatever you get. So God bless you all. Thank you. I just want to send a shout out to all of you, my friends. I love you very much. And I appreciate you hanging in to the end. Remember to share my video. And don't believe the hype. because things are being hyped now. And don't get distracted by fear. And the date of the video for Apostle Alton Williams is, this is a recent sermon. This video was created certainly after the debate, but just within the last few weeks. So it's new, it's fresh. So you guys take care. Thank you for joining me. I've enjoyed interacting with you, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember, we meet again next Thursday, and it's getting closer and closer and closer and closer to the election. And I need you more than anything in this world to vote, vote, vote in 2024. Vote, vote, vote in 2024. Bye now, and I love you so much. And y'all be good now.